From this moment on, you will now be known as Sharkbait.
Sharkbait, ooh-ha-ha.
Welcome, brother Sharkbait.
Sharkbait, ooh-ha-ha.
Enough with the Sharkbait.
Sharkbait, ooh, bop.
Okay, what's up, YouTube? What's up, my peeps? This is D from Brooklyn. We're always happy when we get a package in the mail, and this is a very nice package because it's not Christmas, it's not Hanukkah, but it's delivery day, and these are the lights that are going to replace the current LEDs that are on the basement frag tank. Alright, so right now, the frag tank is in night mode, so all the lights are off. This is the old unit, just a regular, one of the Chinese boxes you get off of eBay, which does an excellent job. Hard to see now because the lights are off and I don't feel like turning them on and doing all that mumbo jumbo. But to give you an idea of the footprint, you know, these are nice, suspended from the ceiling down here in the basement. And I'm replacing them with the Ocean Revive LEDs, which have a full spectrum. These are just actinic and daylight bulbs, so I'm going to replace this LED unit. This, peeps, I'm selling on eBay. Probably just cover the cost of the new lights or whatever. Nothing wrong with this light, but I did want to get the full spectrum, and I got the Ocean Revive lights for a steal. Sometimes you luck out on the internet. Well, I lucked out, so let's just go into opening that box and see what we're working. So we got it open. Box very well packed. One thing I like is I like to see shippers, especially when you're buying stuff on eBay. First thing I look at is how well they pack the item. These are new. These are the Arctic 26 series or SO26 series, made by the Ocean Revive. So this is the white unit. I'm so sick of having everything black. I thought white was cool, and I really didn't have an option because white was on the deal of the day. So let me see if I can do this with one hand. Flip this baby over. First glance, there's your controls for your whites and your blues. They're your very well-made case here. I can feel it by just trying to get out of the box. And these are the units, slightly bigger than the unit that I got now. More LEDs. This is cool, y'all. Very cool. So, if I look at these, I didn't even know I could count them, man. Got a lot of here. You got 8, 16, 32 LEDs here. That should be pretty good coverage here. If I take a look at the unit that's over the frag tank here, give me a second. This one currently has 44 LEDs, including the whites and the blues. Same dimmable. My unit over the main reef tank is programmable, so if you're looking for LEDs, make a note of that. Dimmable is not programmable. Programmable usually has one plug, and you can program them to get brighter in increments, whereas the dimmable, you have a knob, and you usually have 2 plugs, like that. And you can just manually dim them, and they're preset. This one, the controls are on the side, and I have them hooked up to a programmable timer. So let's get those joints plugged up and let's see what we're working with. So I got these joints plugged up. This one does come with 2 plugs. And let's fire this baby up. Switches are on the side here. Whoa, okay. I haven't even turned them up yet. And this is just the daylight bulbs. You can see there's some red. Those are usually the 660 nanometer spectrum. You got some greens in there. You got a couple of blues in there. I got to check the specs and see what those blues are. But this is on low, so let me turn it up a bit. Ooh, boy. Okay, I notice when it's in low, the fans don't come on. But once you get them at the midway point, you can hear the fans cut on. And these boys are bright. Whoa, that's bright. Okay. Let me stand back a minute. Maybe you can see it a little better. These boys are really bright, and that's just with the daylights on. So I think that's going to be super overkill for the frag tank. But let me turn on the channel 2. That was channel 1, the daylights. Let me turn on channel 2. Okay, now you get all of those actinics in there. And if you can see, you can notice as I'm turning it up. The blues you really notice because the camera can absorb more of the blue light than the daylight, and it washes everything out. So this is really, really bright. I can just show you by turning off the lights in the basement, and that lights up the whole basement in my little cluttered up corner here. But oh boy, these are gonna do wonders for coral growth. Let me turn these blues up. Let me turn the whites down so you can see the blue spectrum by itself. Very nice fixture, man. Very nice fixture. At first glimpse, the one thing is I noticed the fan does make a little bit of noise, but no more noise than the other unit makes. And I like the fact that when it doesn't need to be running, the fan shuts off. The fan only cuts on when you get past a certain level of the setting in the dim control knob when you turn them up. So let me give you a blast with the blues up. I'm going to turn the blues up. And let me turn on the basement light, because it seems like the camera works better with the basement light on. Alright, so I'm going to turn the blues up, which is blinding the hell out of me. I'm actually starting to sweat. The lights aren't hot. They will generate a bit of heat, or wouldn't have fans on it, but they're pretty good as far as heat compared to T5s. Alright, turn on the whites. And this thing is super bright. I mean, bright as hell. Bright as hell. I mean, very, very bright. Look, it looks like you're landing on the sun. These things are bright. So I'm very happy with that. Very little noise, very little noise. I think the best thing to do now is to get it over the tank and give you a better idea of how they're working and what the spectrum is. So give me a second. Alright, so my lights normally aren't on right now, but for the sake of this little review here, I've got them in place. So let me turn them on. The corals probably won't be open yet. And let me get used to which one is which. Okay, so that is the actinic blue. Right off the back, I haven't even turned them up yet. And nothing is open because it's usually nighttime for the tank here. I'll give you a few shots, maybe a slideshow after the fact of the coral's reaction to the lights. But right off the back, the mushrooms are not a color that I've seen them before. Hard to tell with the blues, but these lights are like really cool. Okay, so I'm brightening them up, and the fans just cut on. It's hard to really appreciate the shades. Like my chalice there is glowing. It's hard to appreciate the shades of colors when you change out the lights, but these ocean revives are pretty nice. I'm gonna go up. Okay, the blues are on only, and the blues are at max, and I'll tell you right off the back, these blues are way brighter than the other ones, maybe because they're a different manufacturer, but they're way bright. Also, I do have to add that there's nothing wrong with the regular Chinese box, the LEDs. There's nothing wrong with these, but I will notice you do get a better spectrum. These LEDs are spaced out differently, and that does, I'm looking at it now because I do have several different types of fixtures, that does affect the way the light is distributed. So yeah, because I didn't even notice there's a little frog spawn in there. And I only noticed it now because the spectrum of light is so bright. I mean, the wavelength, the light is so bright, and it makes certain colors pop. So, okay, that's channel 2 with just the blues. That's channel 2. Let me turn the basement lights off. Channel 2. Let me turn on the daylights here. Okay, blam. Now that's the color that I'm used to. That green, I'm used to that. Most any light will give you green. You'll always see green, and people are usually like, wow, I'm getting algae. It's usually because of the daylight bulbs that you got on, and I'm slowly turning these up, and you're starting to see the colors pop up, like the blues and the rock and the coralline and the purple. But These lights are way bright. And that includes the reds. Actually, that's one thing I didn't have before, so I don't want to screw up my coral, but I'm going to ease up on those because the other light did not have red. It just had actinic and daylight. So this is with the daylights on, and I'm going to limit it for now, but I just wanted to give you that so you can see the difference in the colors. See how everything pops now? You can see green, brown, purple, blue. You know, you get very defined colors when you get an LED fixture that has a full spectrum versus this. This is just blue. And this is without the red. See, everything becomes like monochromatic. Like everything becomes blue. Let me focus a bit. And also these cameras have a hard time focusing in that blue spectrum, you know, differentiating colors. But right off the bat, this fixture is really nice. It's much slimmer. One thing I will make a note of in this, you know, this Arctic fixture, this SO26, I love these mounting brackets. They slide really easy, but I'll tell you, if you want to make the cable shorter and you slide it up, they don't slide back down. So I found that out the hard way. I was twisted and I had to really finagle it a long time to ease the cable back down. So you may want to start with it on the longest setting. See how much extra cable. I'm not cutting them because I don't like to cut things like this, because if down the road I do want to move it or put it over another tank or hang it higher up or lower down, then I can't do it if I cut the cable. So I left my old little speaker wire. This is heavy gauge speaker wire, which I was using to raise and lower this unit. Even though it came with the wire cables, I had them both mounted from that hook up there. So I'm gonna use those as a backup if I want to lower it, so I don't have to mess around with these piano wires. But the fixture is really nice. The fans are quiet, and it's cool, man. So if I have to give it an overall rating, man, this is a very nice fixture. I got it at a steal. You know, the only reason I really got it is I was up late at night and I was like, man, what's going on online? And they were really low, so I got these for a steal. I'm going to sell my other fixture. That'll pay for these, and I'll give you guys a couple of shots in the update and let you know how it goes. But for now, I have to give the Ocean Revive Arctic unit, the SO26, a thumbs up, man. Very nice fixture. If you're looking for affordable option of LEDs and you don't want to spend on the Radeons or the AIs, the really high-end units, these are really good fixtures. A lot of people online did reviews, so I looked at theirs and I was like, hey, look, good reviews, good product. Now I'm adding to the list, very good fixture. And this fan is pumping, it's blowing. But if I turn the lights down, fans cut off. So that's cool beans. So until next time, this is D. I'll try to add some shots at the end of this video with the corals open. So till next time, check me out on Facebook. Like, give me a thumbs up. Check me out on the DFB Aquatics on Instagram. And this is me signing out, babe. See ya. Say bye-bye, Molly.